Thank you everyone for all the support on my Batman Project Sabbath video. I really do appreciate all of it, and it helps me continue to make new content for you guys, so thanks again. I mean, 1,000 views is crazy. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment any suggestions you have for like future what could have been videos. I really enjoy making these so far, and yeah. Thanks for the support. Enjoy the video. Now, when it comes to superhero games, we all think of two people, Batman and Spider-Man. But there are others who should have a game of their own, like Superman, Daredevil, even Green Lantern has potential. But today, I'm going to show you something that would have been so awesome and outrageous for the time that it's really a shame we didn't see this. Today, I'm going to show you what could have been. So that was my new intro for the series. Yep, I'm making it a series. I wanted to cover something that doesn't get much coverage anymore, unlike Project Sabbath, which you should totally go check out my video on. Link in the description. And when I started looking, I thought to myself, what superhero would I really like to have a game? And it clicked. So I searched, and I have a video for you. Today, we're going to be taking a look back on what could have been to reminisce on the possibility of The Flash, the fastest man alive. The Flash, the fastest man alive was a Flash game that was being developed by Bottle Rocket Studios and was canceled in 2009 due to Bottle Rocket closing their doors for good. The game would have followed Wally West in his first year as the Flash, learning how to follow in Barry's footsteps after he disappeared in an unknown crisis. The game would have had chapters to the story, where each villain in the game would get their own chapter. We could expect to see villains such as Gorilla Grodd, Professor Zoom, who is basically Wally's reverse Flash if you don't know him, and Captain Cold. The game appeared to have utilized a combat system that seems to be a mixture of rhythm-based and QTEs. When playing the game, you would have been able to upgrade your speed levels as time went on, and the devs were playing around with the concept of enemies with speed enhancements in the game. The traversal you would utilize in the game's open world would consist of a trig system, grind rails, different speed levels, and wall running, which would only be available in certain spots. There's a lot more solid evidence for this game than there was for Project Sabbath, and I was able to get some gameplay of an early build of the game from Mr. Big Mouth on YouTube, who appears to be a developer on the game. There would have been side quests on the game, and doing these side quests would have added to something called your hero room. I'm unsure as to how exactly this would work, but I'm assuming that you would gain points for doing these side quests and completing crimes in the open world. I was able to find some concept art for characters that would have been included in the game, and some characters that would have been included that have concept art for them include The Flash, who in this art appears to be pretty built in terms of size. It's apparent that it's Wally under the cowl because of the cowl itself, which is pointed on the nose area, like Batman's cowl, and has white slit eyes instead of two circular areas around the eyes. What is strange though is that there's concept art of Kid Flash in this game, which appears to be Wally. Maybe there would have been a flashback or something to explain Barry's absence in the game. Zoom's design in this game appears to be an exact opposite of the Flash's suit, even down to black lenses for the eyes. I feel that Zoom would have been the main villain of the game, especially with his potential in the comics. I also came across some concept art for other speedsters who were rumored to be playable characters in some sort of multiplayer mode. These speedsters include Impulse, who has a streamlined look with almost emo-looking hair, Jessie Quick, who has a really cool design in my opinion. I like the glasses she has. Jay Garrick, whose image is very, very blurry. I'm sorry, I couldn't get a high-quality one. And he has pretty much the same look he always has. Don't fix it if it ain't broke type mentality. And Inertia, who I'm sure wouldn't be a playable character because he's a villain, and if you don't know who Inertia is basically Impulse's reverse Flash. I was also able to find some concept art for other villains in the game, such as Mirror Master, who looks the same as he usually does and has a shine to his green metallic gear. Weather Wizard, who has two designs in the art. One is the traditional look for the character, sticking closer to the source material, while the other is where it gets weird. In the second design, Weather Wizard appears to have some sort of contraption on his back to aid in his crimes, and it appears to have some sort of lightning rod type thing on it. Captain Cold, who in this game looks to be wearing a more modern take on his look. It's pretty much the same as usual, but more streamlined and I guess modernized. And Heatwave, who looks to be wearing a tactical version of his normal suit, and honestly, I think it looks dope. I mess with it. Captain Boomerang looks somewhat how you would see him if you were to think Captain Boomerang. And Trickster in this art looks the most comic book villain to me, if you get me. I like his design, and it's really simple in terms of details, you know? And then there's the Pied Piper, who looks a bit depressed with his outfit and concept art here. With the color scheme and his overall demeanor, he just looks sad. That's all for the concept art. In the game, we would have been able to explore both Central City and Keystone as one big map. Sort of like how in Marvel Spider-Man 2, Manhattan, Queens, and Brooklyn are all one big map. Throughout the world, we would see landmarks such as the giant Flash statue in a park in the city. Not much is known about the cast or the story itself besides what I've told you so far. But if I turn out to be wrong, I'll make a video that addresses my mistake and talks about it in detail. All in all, this would have been a great game had it come to fruition, and I really am sad that our only chance to have an actual Flash game was taken from us so early. I understand that in the Project Sabbath video, I was optimistic and said that we could still get Batman Beyond Arkham, but Batman sells way more than the Flash does, unfortunately, so our chances of getting a new Flash game are really, really slim, but never zero. So, when I was writing the script, I didn't exactly take into account how much gameplay I had found. So, I'm gonna leave you guys with some more Flash gameplay, you know? You got some there to just watch. I am going to leave the music that I put in, though, so that's something. I will be uploading a smushed together video of just all the gameplays combined with the sound from the videos and everything, so it won't be my sound. So if you're interested in that, go watch that. Once again, if you have any suggestions on cancel media that you want me to talk about, leave a comment below. Anyways, I was Bullet Bob, and this was What Could Have Been. I'll see you next time, and stay positive.